Hair Culture podcast, where we interview the people behind the chair and the people that make your natural hair products. In this case, we have the amazing, when I tell you she's amazing, April Williams. She's an attorney. She writes books. Matter of fact, why am I telling you this? I'm going to let attorney April Williams tell you all about her.
Hi, everybody. My name is April Williams. As she mentioned, I am an attorney, and I write books. And the biggest promotion that I have going on right now is that I want to promote inclusivity for our natural hair looks. So I'm a big supporter of the Crown Act. I think that the Crown Act should be legal in all states. I think it should be legal global, because we know that hair discrimination is not just a US thing, it's actually a global thing. Mm-hmm. So I'm a proponent of that. I am the author of the book, My Hair is Professional Too, which is a legal analysis of the laws that make it legal for an employer to discriminate. It gives a full legal analysis of the overview of the laws and how we came to the point now where, unless the Crown Act is passed in your state, you can be discriminated against based on how you style your hair. So you can be fired, not hired, or not promoted based on how you style your hair if the Crown Act is not law in your state, city, or locality.
Thank you. So we're going to back it up a little bit, because I did an episode with My Hair is Professional Too about your book, okay? How do you feel about the whole, I know you can't give us too much because they need to buy the book now, but how do you feel about the whole Crown Act? I know you went in details in your book.
Well, I definitely feel that the Crown Act is something that we need to explore. It needs to be passed. I think that it's something that it can go a little bit further, but right now, as it stands, I think the law is important. I think that we need all of our legislatures to get on board. It was recently introduced into the House again, and it was passed, and now it's just sitting in the Senate, and no one's doing anything about it. And I think that it's something that we definitely need to work towards, right into our legislators, right into our mayors, because you can have a local city ordinance that doesn't allow hair discrimination. I know here in Texas and Harris County, it's law in Harris County, but it's not law in the state. So you can literally protect yourself, and in your area protect yourself, as opposed to if it's not being passed over statewide. So Texas is a little bit different, because in Texas, we only pass laws every other year. So it didn't pass last year. So we literally have to wait until next year for the full state of Texas to pass. But if we can get our federal Senate and House of Representatives to pass this bill, then it will be law everywhere. So I think that it's important reading the law and understanding how it's applied. I think that it's something that will protect a lot of people, because hair discrimination is something that is affecting us in the workplace. It's affecting us in our everyday life because of perception. And as I'm researching and writing this next book that I hope I'll be coming out with soon, is affecting our kids in school as well.
I'm so glad that you gave out information about going local, because most people didn't know that. And I'm one of them. I didn't know that you had to go local. I thought you just had to, go straight to the White House. You know what I'm saying? Straight there. I didn't know that. So I appreciate you giving us that information, because I'm one of the people that did not know that at all. Let's talk about your coloring books. Oh my God.
Yeah. So yes, I came out with 3 coloring books. Okay. The first one, so the idea behind the coloring books is that I was doing the research on the book that I will be releasing soon. It's a follow-up to My Hair is Professional Too. And as I was reading these stories about all these kids and their hair, and the Dove did a full study on kids and how by the time you reach the age of 12, you will have experienced some type of hair discrimination or some type of ostracization when you're in school based on what your hair looks like. And I was like, man, what is it about our kids that, why are kids being discriminated against? What can I do as I'm working on this project? What can I do that will help kids know that their hair is okay? Because I saw a lot of people coming out with books. You came out with your book, which is amazing. And I'm just I'm just thinking to myself, well, what can I do? Because I think that I need to do something in the meantime while I'm doing this research. And I was like, coloring books. I love to color. And I bought a coloring book for my son. And I was like, man, what do coloring books look like? So I did a Google search for coloring books. And the first list of coloring books, there was not a Black character that I saw in the coloring books. And I was
Yes.
like literally searching, and I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't find one. And the one that I did find was Princess Tiana, and she's the only Black Disney princess. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, coloring books. I can do coloring books and put Black hairstyles on the characters. And that was something that the first one, when I got my the graphic artist to design it, I told him exactly what I wanted, and he just brought it to life. So I have all three of them right here.
Before you start showing it, I want to say thank you so much, because you done tapped into a whole new world. Okay, we see tons of books, hair books. Mm-hmm. I know I did a hair book, but for a coloring book, imagine a child sitting there, school, home, wherever, and they had a time like, ooh, and start coloring, or they having a bad day and their hair is not how they want it, but then they start coloring and you showing all different types of hair. Let me stop talking. Let me just let you show the book, because I'm like giving away a little too much. Go ahead.
Right. So the first one, this one is just the original. It's the Beauty of Hair and Color. I hope people can see it. It's
yes,
the Beauty of Hair and Color.
Uh-huh.
And it has different, this one, I don't know if I colored in this one yet, but
if you did, it's fine.
Hairstyles, different. Oh, yep, there's one.
Oh, yes.
Afro puffs. And one thing that I did when I colored them, because I like the color to show, the different images. Yes. One thing I like to do is to color the hair different colors, because hairstyles are.
Girl, I love that. I love that right there. The woman with her hair, with her natural hair, it is so cute.
Yeah, so I like, I like that they have different hairstyles, and I try to put different colors, like, and then, Crayola is being inclusive of their colors too. So they have colors that are different skin tones. So that helped with coloring as well. So the second one is the Beauty of Hair and Color. This is afros, braids, fades, and locks. So the first one, it was mostly girl hairstyles. And it was like, you didn't do one for the boys. And I was like, that's coming, that's next.
Be patient.
Yeah. So this one has hairstyles that are for girls and for boys. And as you can see, like, she has an afro. He has cornrows. Did I color the first one? Yeah, that's the top picture with his fade and his curly top. So I, found that this was a great idea when people, show me like their kids with the book and how their kids said, oh my gosh, this looks just like me. It just warmed my heart. And then the most recent one that I came out with is the Beauty of Hair and Color Black Hair History book. And
what made you decide to do that one?
Black History book. So I was thinking, like, most people don't realize that, where these hairstyles come from. And I had been seeing some things on YouTube and stuff of different people with coloring, with doing like white people doing Black hairstyles. And I just was like,
you fine. Children are welcome. He's an inspiration.
Yeah, so the hair history book, this one is different hairstyles. And what I did with this one, is oh gosh.
It's fine. It is fine. They know. We all have children, so it is fine. While she's getting her little son, and he's adorable, he can make a guest star appearance. She has developed so many ways to educate us on natural hair, and that is amazing. Besides her being an author, my hair's professional too. She sold so many books. It is just like mind-blowing. And then to tap into the coloring book, she's back. So here you go. I'm sorry. I just want to keep letting everybody know how great you are.
Oh, I appreciate it. I really do. So back to this, the Black Hair History book. And so what I did was this is because I did see like a lot of our hairstyles, and they had different names, and I'm just like, no, these are just crochet, these are just this. So I was like, well, let me do like the common hairstyles that we wear now and just give a little history on it. So what I did was I wanted it to be fun so you can color it as well. So I gave a page that identifies what the hairstyle is, where it originated from. So in this page, you'll see box braids, and it says box braids date back to 3500 BC in South Africa. And then the pages to follow are all styles of box braids.
Wow.
And I tried to get box braid styles that, we wear today. Because we know box braids have been worn for periods of time. So I did that with cornrows and different cornrow hairstyles. I did it with Ghana braids. I have one of those colors, maybe not, but I'll show you. Ghana braids. And then I have the Fulani braids.
Wow.
And different hairstyles with those. And then I also have goddess braids. It's okay, baby. Locks. Locks. Locks.
Uh-huh.
And Bantu knots. Bantu knots. And this one, I really like these because it was so funny. I saw a hairstyle on social media of one of the Bantu knot hairstyles that I have in the book. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's just like what I have in my book. And I posted it.
So comparison, like this is what I got in my book, and this is what the lady had on. Done her hair.
Yeah, it was this hairstyle.
Yes.
So yeah, that's the coloring books, and they're all available on Amazon, and or you can go to my Instagram page and get them on the Instagram page. And I tried to make the prices as reasonable as I can because I think that they're coloring books, and I want people to have access to them. And one thing that we did do with the coloring books is that we've been collecting donations, and we've been giving the books to kids at different elementary schools. So I've donated to a bunch of schools in New Jersey. Most recently, I sent it to a school in California. So we've been doing a lot. My sister has a nonprofit called Building Up Families with Faith. And we, get donations so that you can have a tax deductible donation. And then we purchase the books and send them off to the kids at school. And the response from the kids has just been amazing because when they say, oh my gosh, it looks like me, that just
they really say
mission accomplished. Mission accomplished.
I would say this, I really appreciate you. And the reason why is that you're doing all this, you making sure our natural hair is understood in the world. Besides being an attorney and, dealing with everyday life, your child, your job, you still have time to educate people. And I appreciate you for that because, we're busy moms. We got a lot of things, trying to juggle everything, trying to. So your coloring books, I thank you for putting it in elementary schools so they could color because again, not that many schools have books of hair in there, let alone coloring books. Do you know how many kids you could touch with this? This is amazing. Amazing. So tell the world what April has in store for us going forward.
So the coloring books are just the beginning. I was thinking about if I should do another coloring book or if I have a children's book that I wrote years ago that's just sitting on ice. We'll see what comes out.
Get off that ice, let it out now. Let it out.
But hopefully, probably towards the end of July, I'll have another book, a follow-up to My Hair is Professional too. And that one is going to talk about where we are now, where the law has evolved and where I think we should go and what people can do, proactively to try and get this law passed. And also talk about, how it's impacting our kids in school and how it's impacting Black women, Black children, Black men globally. Because as I mentioned earlier, hair discrimination is not just in the United States. It is a global thing.
Yes. Do you think it's going to pass in states like example, I'm in North Carolina. So by being in North Carolina, we're a conservative state. You ever think that they're gonna like, because they are oof, they don't want to let go of their old ways. Old fashioned is old fashioned down here. Coming from the city to New York, I was like, wow, everything's different. They do have good Southern hospitality, but that's in the beginning. When you start going deeper into parts that you never heard of, it's like discrimination. And you be like, wow, we in 2022 and we still do it. Okay, I feel you. Okay. So do you think North Carolina, I'm just saying my state example, you think we'll ever just wake up and just be like, you know?
Well, one thing I will say is that it's going to be a collective effort. The best way is for it to be passed in the, by Congress. The Congress passes it, the states will have to abide by it. But because we're not there yet, if you can get local entities to pass it and it's the law there, if more and more cities just say, hey, like if Charlotte passes it, and then another big city passes it, then another big city passes it, then the state legislature will say, well, we already have it in law in most of our state. It's already there. We might as well just go ahead and pass it because this is what the people want. So working locally and branching out would be a good avenue. But if you can't work locally and branching out, pushing for your representatives to take a stance on this policy will be key.
One last thing, we did not talk about something that's very, very amazing that you do, hair wraps. Look, we skipped that. So can we talk about that before we close out? Because I do want everybody to know how amazing you are when you do natural hair. You have it everywhere from coloring books to books. Let's talk about these wraps.
So, right, my Natural Black Queen collection, this is just at naturalblackqueencollection.com. That we have natural hair wraps, and I just style them however I like. We have bonnets on there, and they're made with the African, traditional African coloring and print. And what I do is I take them and I just play around with it and wrap it up the best way I can. You can cover your hair wholly like a turban, or you can do like the traditional wraps. You can do YouTube videos. I've looked at different YouTube videos, and then I've sat in the mirror and played with it myself and twisted it up the way that I like it as well. They're available on our website, naturalblackqueencollection.com. And yeah, you can check it out. I think I have some videos on YouTube, and I might have some videos on my IG as well.
Well, thank you so much, April. I appreciate you. Everybody go back to the Kinky Hair Culture where we did an interview with her with My Hair is Professional Too. Okay. And that was back in December, episode 3. Season 3, episode 20. Let me get together. Episode 20, okay? And she closed out the podcast. And if you go back and you really get to really know everything about April, because she done told so much stuff about herself, her history, and everything about her journey of natural hair. And you're going to check out this episode right here. And if y'all have any questions, April will be able to answer you. Of course, you got to email her, okay? Because she is a busy woman now, okay? You can't be just like, but I will have all her social media sites, so don't worry. Her pictures of her book, if just in case you miss any, her websites, her social media sites, you're going to have everything. Okay, and I thank you so much, April, for taking your time out today. You always have a beautiful spirit. Also, she does have My Hair Professional Too on Clubhouse too. I will put that link up there too. She talks about everything, and not just natural hair. You're gonna get everything, politics, whatever motivates April, she's gonna put on there. Okay. And the crazy thing about it, all ties into hair at the end. It's like, wow. And she teaches you so much about business and everything. So please, when you're on Clubhouse, click on that. Matter of fact, not click, join My Hair is Professional Too on Clubhouse. God bless, and thank each and every one of y'all for taking your time out. This is the Kinky Hair Culture Podcast, where we interview the people behind the chair and the people that make your natural hair products. April, you got anything else before we close?
No, I just want everybody to go and speak to their representatives to get this law passed, because no one should be fired, not hired, or not promoted because of how they wear their hair. And our babies, they should definitely not be discriminated against based on how they wear their hair.